Our next guest is a phys ed teacher from St. Catharines, Ontario, who's on a mission inspiring both students and adults alike. Tommy Frew has faced physical and mental health obstacles all his life, but his dream is to play in the NHL. At 42 years old, he plans to make that dream come true, becoming the NHL's oldest rookie. Tommy's here. I love this. Thanks so much for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Let's talk about how this whole campaign got started. Walk us through it.
Well, the purpose of a dream, we forget sometimes, is that it's who we become in the process, right? And so I was really happy with who I became the previous year, and I made a kind of vow to myself, well, this is my last year because I got what I wanted out of it. And at the end of the year, nothing happened. I was training and teaching at the same time.
So this was back when?
This was last year.
This was last year,
right? So at the end of the year, I was ready to move on and to teach full time. And I was, the most important part, really, I had a lot of peace of mind of who I became in that process, right? And, you know, that's the best thing about what I'm doing. I don't need to play in the National Hockey League. It doesn't define who I am. Mm-hmm. I define who I am, and I think that's what I'm teaching in the classroom, for kids to listen to themselves, have the faith to listen to themselves, and more importantly, the courage to go and follow what they always wanted to do in their lifetime.
So what is your dream scenario?
My dream scenario is playing. Of course, I want to live my dream and play in the National Hockey League, but more importantly, what it represents, it's service to others and to help people, especially people that have lost their way in life. And at times we all lose our way and we think things are impossible, and we all have circumstances to deal with. And that's the best part of a dream. It forces you to face all your seemingly impossible circumstances, and that's what I had to do, right? I forced myself to do that, and here I am today.
Has anyone said, you're 42, Tommy, you're 42.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. Have you heard that from people?
You know what? When I first started this, I told nobody. I was very secretive about it. I was very embarrassed.
Why were you embarrassed?
Well, because I really thought I would hear more from the naysayers and the haters, and that wasn't the case. More people have been cheering me on than not, and it's been really beautiful to see people, whether at the coffee shop, at the arena, helping out and cheering me on in this whole process, and that's the truth. And
people coming together.
Absolutely.
And helping you out too, because I mean, when we talk training, what's your schedule like these days in terms of training?
I've been putting in 16 to 18-hour days for a long time. I didn't have any professional trainers helping me. I just had to seek and do the best I could with what I had, and I basically did it on my own and from the help of people of Canada.
Let's talk about the difference between your mental game,
sure,
you know, from 20 years ago to now.
Sure.
What do you notice?
Well, I have this really, I just believe in myself, and having OCD and depression, it tells you that, you know, you're no good, and for, you know, as many people told me I was really skilled when I was growing up, I really never believed it. I never looked at myself that way. And here I am through this whole process of living my dream. I really believe in myself, and what I'm doing, of course, it's uncertain, right? It's 1 billion to 1 shot, but here I am saying I'll play one game in the National Hockey League, and I know that'll happen.
So what's the time frame here?
The time frame is when the NHL is ready. The NHL definitely inspires dreams, and this isn't a hockey story. This is about heart and what it takes to follow your heart, and what I'm going to do with becoming the oldest rookie in the National Hockey League. If it wasn't about me helping people, I wouldn't do it. As much as I want to play in the National Hockey League, it transcends our game. It unites Canadians, and Canada's all heart. That's what we're about, heart, then hockey.
And I'm sure you hear that from your students too, and inspiring them.
Absolutely. I like to think I help my students, but more importantly, they validated what I was doing. They validated. I just started out talking to them, not pretending that I was above them, that when we're in the classroom, we learn from each other. And I think the more I talked about who I was as an individual, to let them know that I'm just an ordinary man and I'm about to do something extraordinary, they relate to that, and it's rapport with kids. And that's definitely what I have and what I bring to the table as a teacher.
So I'm sure you're inspiring them, but who inspires you? I know your kids, the students do, but who have you looked up to over the years?
Well, my hero was always Wayne Gretzky. I mean, he's the reason I got started into hockey 100%. And then, of course, Terry Fox. You know, Terry Fox, again, we had Bill Viggers come and talk about, he was the PR guy for Terry Fox, and what his message was is that there's a bit of Terry Fox in everybody, and he's right. what Terry Fox did was special, but he was an ordinary man who believed in himself and forged forward to do that. And that's all I'm doing. There's nothing special about me, but...
there is. There is. We can all agree on that. And we're so thankful you stopped by today. We all believe in you. We'll be behind you. Apparently, you're known as Frew Fighter, so maybe we'll be calling you that from now on.
Oh, thank you.
Can't wait to see your first game in the NHL.
Oh, thank you.
If you'd like to find out more information on how you can help Tommy achieve his goal, please head to our website anytime, yourmorning.ca. We'll be back right after this.